What's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is the JR Wisdom channel. Once again, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. And if this is your first time checking out one of my videos, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button along with the bell. That way you receive all the notifications for all of my future videos. So I figured I'd just go live really quickly because, timing just in general has been kind of hectic and trying to do videos and stuff like that. And in my opinion, in my estimation, I've been, or maybe I just suck, but based off stuff that I'm seeing, you know, I've been shadow banned or something like that is going on, with my views, but that's neither here nor there. So I'm just going to talk about this subject in particular because I've been meaning to cover it for a while, which is, and I would like to give this advice to myself first before I give it to anyone else. But I just wanted to talk about this is the version of yourself that you aspire to be, or that person that you want to be, that person that you think that you go over and over in your mind. You have this, whether you're trying to lose weight, you're trying to get this job, you're trying to, achieve a certain status. That person that you're trying to be at the end of the day is waiting on you. And there's no, all, you can put all the excuses aside and everything. I don't have enough of this. I don't have this. These people are doing this to me. I'm not the best looking. I'm overweight. The chicks aren't digging me. My family isn't supportive. All of this stuff. At the end of the day, it all boils down to you. It's certain things that you can't overcome based off maybe location or whatever. But that person that you really want to be is that person from far off is really waiting on you. I think about, if you guys have ever seen that movie Total Recall, which I'm pretty sure some of you, if not most of you had. I think his name was Quaid or whatever, Schwarzenegger's character, where he comes across this, he finds out his identity or whatever after the recall and all of that. And he gets like this briefcase and he sees this guy who's supposed to be him, before he had his brain wiped or whatever, telling him that, this is who you are. This is the situation, so on and so forth. Basically telling him this. And this is kind of like why he went to recall, was because that's who he wanted to be. He wanted to get away. He wanted to break the monotony from the day-to-day life, basically, doing manual labor, so on and so forth. He wanted to be a spy or, go on a secret mission just to get away from life in general. Not to say that you guys need to, get involved in all that stuff, espionage and, secret agent stuff. But at the end of the day, this is who he aspired to be. And he basically ended up becoming this guy at the end of the day, because that's what he really wanted. And I look at that, when I think about stuff for myself and a lot of stuff in my life. And if you guys have purchased my book, I'll go ahead and plug it right now. Make sure you guys check it out. The link is in the description. The Law of Attraction for the Pessimistic Mind. A lot of these things, we have ideas of ourselves, whether that be negative or positive. And this is how manifestation, the law of attraction works, all these other things. We think that we're no good, or other people, interfere with our self-esteem, but it's called self-esteem because it's esteem of yourself. But we let all these outside factors determine who it is that we are. And we just forget about this person who's like, we make it seem like it's so far away to achieve this person. And this person they already exist. Either way, they already exist in your mind. You just have to take the steps towards this person. And just on another note for you guys who, are into manga and anime, because I'm a big anime fan. I'm a big movie buff. I'm into literature just in general, sci-fi stuff. I'm into nonfiction as well. But there's a series called Berserk. I highly encourage you guys to check it out, whether you check out the manga or the anime or whatever. But the antagonist, his name is Griffith. And he has this idea from the time that he's a boy that he's going to have his own kingdom. And even though he went about it wrong, the way he went about getting it, which I'm not going to give the story away, he basically had this set in his mind from the time that he was a child that he would have his own kingdom and he would rule stuff, even though he was a peasant. And he basically ended up coming to fruition throughout certain things happening, and he went about doing it a certain way. But he just that was in his mind that this was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? He took the steps necessary to get there. Now people get into the dark side, and people talk about Illuminati and things like that, or they sacrifice themselves, or they sacrifice someone, and or they did this to get into this, and things like that. Whether that's true or not, everything requires a sacrifice at the end of the day. Personal sacrifice, or you sacrificing something else, or whatever. Everything requires a sacrifice. Like me right now, I'm trying to get down to 10% body fat. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be the #1 realtor in the area that I'm in. I'm trying to achieve certain goals in terms of sales and in terms of, subscribers, even though I do have, I said like a outlook on certain things as far as the whole shadow banning thing, and I'm not trying to be on no conspiracy stuff. I look at my data, just looking at my data alone, and looking at some things, it just doesn't add up. But at the end of the day, some things are outside of your control in terms of that, but there's some things that you can control. You know what I mean? There are definitely some things that you can control, and the things that you can control, you need to, work that mug to the best of your ability to basically, max out. Goggins, what's up, Vincent? Goggins, what's his name? David Goggins. My bad. If I'm messing his name up, man, I think his name is David Goggins, that former Navy SEAL dude. He basically he hits on something that was already my philosophy as well. By the time I leave here and on the day of judgment, or when I meet my maker, at the end of the day, when I stand before him, I want there to be nothing saying that I didn't maximize my potential, or basically like I gave it everything I could to, reach what it was that I was trying to reach. Or on my deathbed, you hear things about people on their deathbed having regrets, and they are haunted even throughout their lives. People go throughout their lives, succumbing or submitting to or resigning to their situation, and just like, this is it for me. Which is, to me, I deal in a profession, I guess, so to speak, whether it be credit in real estate, of making people's dreams come true. You know what I'm saying? And giving advice and things like that. And so many people day to day, and even some of you, and even me to a certain extent, we have a defeatist attitude when it comes to things. We already have this thing in our minds that may be based upon how we were raised, or you have a significant other, you have a family member, you have a boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever, that's telling you that you ain't shit, or just making you feel that way. And you have this inner lion inside of you that's just like, what the hell are you doing, man? Yo, get like this fire that's like, and those two things that I was talking about, whether it be berserk or total recall, it's kind of like the same thing. There's this thing inside that's like, yo, I'm not meant for this. This is more to me. And that's why some people will, I'm showing this Vincent, he said something. I don't know why I didn't show your comment. I'm working on 50% body fat. Okay, cool. I don't know why that didn't pop up, man. But there's certain, I lost my train of thought, but anyway, I know where I'm going with this. There's certain things, man, that you have to tune all that out. If nobody else believes, you have to believe it yourself. You have to believe it yourself before anybody else is going to believe. And like most of my life, I think it's because the way I was raised and things like that. I never required really anybody to believe in me. I always believed myself. I always believed in myself, regardless of what the situation looked like. Because I said this on a video not too long ago, things aren't as they appear. And I'll try to link that video at the end. You got to come to your own rescue. Things are not as they appear at all. The way things can be, and that's the thing about destiny, fate, predestination, manifestation. Just because something looks a certain way doesn't mean that that's what it is, man. And I want to make that perfectly clear. Excuse me, I got to take a drink. Oh, it was getting parched. Things aren't how they appear to be, right? They're never as they appear to be. What's up, Miss Mackey? Yeah, things aren't as they appear to be, guys. I wish, and I had to, like, trust me, you would think certain people, when you look at people, I admire people that smile all the time, and you never know what's going on. But the most upbeat people, there's an internal battle constantly going on from sun up to sundown. I know for me it is. There's every day there's a battle that's going on daily, of overcoming myself and overcoming the thoughts of what people think about me. Even like I said, I've said in the past, doing YouTube, just putting up videos, and I'm like, man, I know I got good topics, you know what I'm saying, but nobody's watching. You know what I'm saying? But I keep doing it for some stupid reason. You know what I mean? And I've been doing this more frequently. I haven't been posting like I should. Like, I've been doing this since early part of 2017. I've been a YouTuber, but I haven't been pursuing it like I should because of so many other things going on. But life in general, especially for those of you if you're not productive, you need to get productive. That goes for anything. The more productive you are with anything in general, whether that's mopping the floor every day, you know what I'm saying? You're mopping the floor if you don't have anything going on around the house, arranging books, taking the trash out, going walking, which is one of the best things ever, is just walking, or riding around, developing your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Any small little thing towards a goal. And I'm not a motivational speaker at all, but I have an idea of who I want to be. I'm approaching 40 here in in less than about 2 years now. And I have an idea of where I want to be at, what I want to do, all the countries I want to go to, how I want my body to look. And I'm in full control. Things like that. A lot of things we are in control of to a certain extent. We can do these things, whether some people are defeated, whether you're a single parent and I can't travel because of this, or I can't travel because I don't have anybody to go with me. I'm scared. I'm afraid of these people. You know what I mean? I'm afraid of how these people are going to look at me. I'm scared to speak to these people when I go out. I'm scared to talk to people. Nobody cares. You're only here for a certain amount of time. None of y'all are going to make it out of here. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Janet. I don't know if I'm saying your name right. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Antonio. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it, King. Appreciate it. Nobody's gonna make it out of here. That's the secret, right? And it's not a well-kept secret. You guys aren't gonna make it out of here, right? And at least in this iteration that we're in now, you're only here this one time in this iteration of yourself. Whether we're gonna return again in a different form or whatever, hey, it is what it is. But when you're here now, this is this one shot. And every day it's one step closer to your demise. And you don't want to be that person that is haunted, saying, like, when I'm laying there, whether you have kids or you don't, or loved ones, or you don't, you came in here by yourself, you're leaving by yourself at the end of the day. Some people have this grand idea of how they want to make their exit. but it's what really matters to you. As I said, in my book, which is based upon, on The Alchemist, what's your personal legend? What is it that you want to accomplish at the end of the day? You know, is it happiness? Are you one of those people that, it's life is so far fleeting that that you wake up pissed off every day? You wake up mad every day, you wake up mad at the world, you feel like you're owed something, or that things should be a certain way, or you blame. There's so many people I come across that they blame their situation on other people, or their circumstances are blamed, and they just straight up resign themselves to other people. When I say resign themselves to other people, they resign their situation to other people. You know what I mean? And it's just not to other people, but this is the other people are the reason why you are in the situation that you're in. At the end of the day, that's one thing that some people end up doing, which is not what it is. That's just another perception or something that you convince yourself, or it's easy. It's just laziness at the end of the day. I'm the reason why this person is the reason why I can't do anything. They're oppressing me, or I'm oppressed, and nobody's oppressing you. You're by yourself. You may have to relocate sometimes, or change your surroundings if you're able to do it, just to be able to become this person. Fear is something we all deal with, but fear may be holding you back from this person that you have in your mind, who you want to be. It's all fear. And I think fear and laziness, and complacency is some of the biggest things that we all battle with, we all deal with. And, it's unfortunate, but that's the way it is, but like I say over and over, we'll project that happiness into the future, but you can only be happy in the present. So that person that you aspire to be, the thought of that itself alone should be making you happy, because once you get to that point, that's the future is just a sequence of moments right now. So this is the future right now. But when I started this video, it was the present, but it's just a future. It's just a sequence of moments overall. People, the same thing with, we talk about living in the moment and all these things like that. You can live in the moment, but you have to have a plan. Devise a plan. Otherwise, it's just chaos. And some things happen accidental where you are able to achieve certain things. But I strongly encourage you guys that whatever you set out to do, or who you want to be, it's there. It's there. It's a thought. It's already a thought. So, it's just a matter of executing. You know what I mean? So I've been talking long enough. We're going on about 20 minutes here or whatever. So I appreciate you guys who have tuned in. Like I said, I don't hardly go live. It's just getting the motivation a lot of times just to post a video, and I try not to compare myself to other YouTubers. I look at other YouTubers, even those who have less subscribers than me and things like that, and I look at them doing videos, and the videos are shooting up to like multiple thousands of views, and I'm just like, man, I look at mine and I'm like, dang, yo. YouTube is funny like that, man. But I guess whoever, I used to say a long time ago, who's ever meant to see the video is going to see it at the end of the day. That's how I look at it. And I haven't conquered the algorithm, which is one of those things where you're like, well, why are you talking about the algorithm? This goes a part of this plays into the whole motivation thing, because obviously small things become bigger things. So if we see, small accomplishments lead to bigger accomplishments, people tend to get deterred on certain things. And like I said, I'm no different. You know what I mean? So you, it's just that motivation factor for me, and it's something I need to work on. And as they say, stay the course and stop being so short-sighted in terms of the return on investment, which goes along with what it is that I'm talking about. That return on investment with making something come into fruition, if you will. So with that being said, once again, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys who commented and your support. I appreciate everybody who has continued to watch my videos, regardless of, you know, how I may feel about my content and things like that. And everybody who always supports my videos, and the criticism, you know, positive or negative, you know, I clap back at, you know, some of y'all clowns at times, you know, that make these things. I think it's all fun. It's all fun though, as well. So either way it goes, man, I appreciate everybody who comments and you know, continues to tune in, regardless of how I feel about, you know, me being a small YouTuber. So it didn't happen overnight. So if you have at least one person listening, I think that's a win at the end of the day. So with that being said, you know, if you guys who are watching, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button along with the bell. And I will see you guys soon on the next one. I'm out. Peace.